What's going on, FCOG? Welcome back to another episode of Tailgate Talk. My guest today is senior Pryor High School 2020, Olivia Cummings. Hey, say hi, Olivia.
Hi.
Now, this one is really fun because beforehand, Olivia and I got to sit down and we got to have some discussions. And what we found was both of us suffer from the same issue. And that is that neither one of us like to watch videos of ourselves. So this is going to be a really interesting video because whatever we get is what we get. Olivia's not going to watch her own video because she says she can't do it. And I understand that issue because I don't know how many of you don't like to watch your own video, but like so many actors in Hollywood that I didn't understand it. I was like, I don't understand why you don't watch your own movie. Like, we have found that we don't like to watch videos of ourselves. And thank you, Worldwide Pandemic, for bringing that to the forefront of our minds. But are you ready to start the tailgate talk?
Yeah.
This one's going to be fun because Liv has already said that she doesn't know how it's going to turn out. She may just start busting out laughing for no reason. All right, Liv, so we got some questions. And the first question I wanted to ask you, it's been just a little over a year now, but in this last year, what has been the most significant thing that's happened in your life, in your Christian life? What's been the most significant event that you've had happen to you this past year?
Well, I got baptized, and I also back in February, a couple of years ago, or like last year, a little over a year, I accepted Christ, and it took a little time to get baptized, but I finally did in November, and it really changed my life.
That's awesome. And we are so glad to celebrate that. And we're so glad that Liv decided that that's what she was going to do. Now, earlier I was asking her, well, what does that mean to you? So what does it mean to accept Christ into your life and to be baptized into the Christian family?
It means I really let Christ control my life, and I put him in control instead of me trying to control everything in my life.
Now, we did say, so are you finding it easy to give control over every aspect of your life to Christ?
Sometimes. On certain things it's difficult, and the human part of me takes over, but it has helped a lot.
One of the best parts was I asked her, I said, so when you let the human side take over, it's kind of like saying, you know, God, I know you're big, but I just don't know if you're big enough to handle my issue. And what was great was Liv said that when you hear it said, when you say it out loud like that, you can almost feel, what was the response you said? You could feel God saying, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm holding this entire world in my hand. You don't think I can handle your problem? Her response, come on, man. I thought it was great. And we're just so glad that that's one of the most significant things that's happened to you in this year. Now, our next question for Liv was, what activity or event did you find this year that when all of this started happening and we couldn't hang out together, we couldn't see people, what event did you find you were missing more than you thought you would?
Definitely my small group. I already have a lot of friends in there, but some of the friends that I'm not as close with, I do miss seeing their faces.
You know, I found a lot of people have said that, you know, the human interaction has been one of the pieces that they've missed the most. And your small group is a really solid small group, and I see that all the time, and I can understand how, you know, you're just missing that interaction with that group because you guys are really close. All right, so I've asked everybody this question so far. How are you going to explain this worldwide pandemic to your kids? And when you do explain it to them, what is going to be the weirdest part that you're explaining that you really didn't understand?
So the weirdest part is definitely the toilet paper. I don't understand why we have to stock up on the toilet paper. You can just, I don't know, you can go to the store. Apparently not now.
You can just go to the store, but hey.
Yeah, when you run out, like a normal person.
Grab 1,000 rolls.
Yeah, but explaining it to my kids, I would probably say it started off and everyone was like, I'm gonna work out over this corona and get such good shape.
I said the same
And now we're all just eating a bunch and staying
quarantine
home.
snacks.
Yes.
Just killing them.
Just killing us. So we've had some beautiful days outside though, but I feel like everyone just wants to stay in and binge watch a bunch of shows.
And that's how you're gonna explain it.
Yes.
You're like, listen, I caught up on so much Netflix, it was ridiculous. Thank you, Disney Plus, for being around.
And we got very bored.
Got very bored. All right. Last question that we're gonna have is, what advice do you have for others that you've learned during this whole experience this year?
Really just live in the moment and don't take anything for granted, because when you look back on these times, you're going to remember the small things, and just you're going to want to come back to this time, and you can't get it back. So just live life while you have it.
Embrace the moment. It seems to be a general idea that most of the seniors of 2020 have had, is just embrace that moment, because you never know what's going to happen. All of a sudden, you may not have that kind of moment again. I want to thank Olivia for coming and joining us today. It's always great to celebrate our seniors, and we just appreciate them taking time to come and do a tailgate talk so that they can share with you. Congratulations on making it to senior year. Sorry it ended the way it did, but thank you for joining us, and we look forward to joining you for the next episode of Tailgate Talk. Let's see if we can make this happen. What's going on, FCOG youth? We're back for another episode of Tailgate Talk, and yes, I know the scenery has changed. We had to give up our spot so that some groundskeeping can be done on the other side, but I am here with Ms. Mariah Moreland of Epic Charter School, Senior 2020. Everybody say hi, Mariah.
Hello.
All right. And what Mariah's going to do is she's going to give us a completely different view of Senior 2020 and the quarantine and how life was affected in her world. Because unlike most every one of our seniors up to this point, Ms. Mariah Moreland is a homeschool student. She's a senior of a homeschool, which is, I can imagine, has some differences.
Oh yeah.
So, what did you experience? Whereas a lot of our seniors missed out on a lot of things. What actually changed in your world as a homeschool student?
Well, I did think that my work was gonna get canceled, like a lot of everybody's, for like 2 weeks, but actually I got to keep like going, except I couldn't meet up with my teacher like we normally did every other week or so. But we could still like contact her to like unlock like lessons and stuff, so I could still keep going.
So schedule-wise, nothing really changed in your world?
Nope.
Okay, what about activities?
I couldn't go to any activities because everything got canceled. My band teacher didn't want to do anything because everybody was coming from different areas of like town, so I couldn't do like private band practices or anything. And we couldn't come to church, so I've just been at home.
Okay, so in terms of activities that did affect you, what are some things that you missed that maybe you didn't think about before that you were going to miss?
Definitely coming to church, because I already loved coming to church, but like I miss it a whole lot more because I don't get to see my friends that are here that I like don't see outside of church, because I don't go to a public school, so I don't see a whole lot of people. But definitely church.
So this is a lot of your social circle right here.
Definitely.
Okay, but you're a part of the 11th, 12th grade girls small group.
Yes.
Which is a pretty solid small group. So,
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are still gonna be able to have your time, and even after all of this, I know that group is still pretty tight.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that maybe you would like to tell others about? If you had to, if you were to give them advice on, hey, this is my experience, this is what I think you need to be aware of, what would be your advice to the upcoming classes?
It's definitely not as stressful as you think. My junior year was definitely a lot harder, but just keep rolling with the punches, and just talk to people, because doing it on your own is not fun and it'll make it more stressful. So talk to your parents, youth leaders, anybody that can help, because that'll definitely take a lot of the weight off of your shoulders.
I appreciate that. Thanks for identifying individuals that may know stuff. Individuals that may know stuff. I hope you're hearing that to my kids. So, tell you what, I know for you, like you said, there weren't a lot of changes in your world when all of this happened, because what ended up happening was a lot of our world out here started to resemble your world. So you were kind of like, I know how to do this. This is easy. Right? So did you have friends that were in public school that maybe called you and they were like, hey, how do you do this?
Yeah.
How is this a thing?
Yeah, they were like, oh man, I have to do homeschool. And they were like, how do you do it? And I was like, honestly, it's my second year and I'm kind of used to it. So
how do you do it? How do you do this homeschool thing? I'm like, oh, here, let's go to the rule books.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so you did have some friends that actually contacted you on how to do it.
Oh no.
This is what happens when the wind picks up and you're not in your normal area.
That was funny.
Sorry, we're back after our catastrophic camera failure, in which the wind decided to throw the camera off the back of the table. So, question for you: How would you tell your kids about the whole worldwide pandemic and quarantine of 2020? What would you describe to them if they said, "Mom, what was it like to be a senior in 2020 during the quarantine?"
It was definitely a struggle. I mean, not like the school aspect of it, because I still stayed home, but like I was gonna get to have an actual like physical graduation, but because of the pandemic, I can't now, and I have to do like a virtual over the computer graduation, which really sucks because I'm still doing it at home and I don't like get to walk the stage until next year if I really want to. I still got like a cap and gown because I ordered it before everything got canceled, but it's definitely a struggle. But you can definitely find stuff to do, like go give board games and spend time with your siblings that you don't that you're not gonna have enough time with before you go off to college, or do like home improvements like I did, like paint bedrooms and tear up carpet and set up futon beds. I did a lot of like hard labor over quarantine.
So So what we're hearing is Mariah's experience of the quarantine is I became a contractor for home improvements.
Yes.
Does your house look amazing now?
Oh yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a contractor, well, tell you what, I appreciate Ms. Moreland coming and sharing her time with us. Another great tailgate talk of one of the seniors of 2020 from First Church of God. We wish her all the best of luck. What's the next step for you?
Oh man. Okay, I'm going to RSU to major in psychology.
So, next time you run into her, yes, she is trying to figure you out. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. We were blessed to get to spend this time with you. Congratulations to Mariah, Senior 2020, and we wish her the best of luck. God bless, and we'll see you next time.